particularly to Mary McHugh, our host in the redevelopment agency, who's going to speak in a moment, for not the most beautiful day in the world, but it is raining, which is good for water, and water is what we're here to talk about today. 100 years ago in Berkeley, California, a sanitation worker called Mr. Hawes invented the modern drinking water fountain. So right here in California, we have the genesis of the drinking water fountain. And 100 years later, we're announcing today two things that make drinking water a little bit easier. The mayor in the city and county of San Francisco a few years ago said we're not going to spend $500,000 a year on plastic water bottles to drink our water when we have Hetch Hetchy, the water that feeds San Francisco and nurtures millions of people in the Bay Area, is gravity fed, it produces power on its way down, and it's the best drinking water in the United States. So why should we be buying drinking water and spending taxpayer dollars, especially during difficult economic times, on something you can get out of the tap? Of course, the people that make bottled water, 40% of that bottled water in the United States comes from the tap, want you to believe that you can't drink water out of the tap, that somehow it's better to get it from Fiji and other places around the world. We disagree, but one of the things that we wanted to do is make it more convenient. Once you get your, you get this, everyone now has these. This is the latest trend. First it was canvas bags, the next thing was this. But where do you fill them up? So today we're going to answer that question. Where do you fill up during the holiday seasons? Or season, even. Okay, you need a little bit of levity. It's raining. For our next entertainment and substance, the first bit of substance we're going to hear in the day, we have the one and only Laura Spandron from the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission. It's a very long way of saying the people that give us our water. So they provide water. They're in the middle of spending billions of dollars to upgrade that water system. So every time you turn the tap on, think of all the money that's being spent to make it clean. And Laura's going to tell us a little bit about how they do that and what they're doing today.
Thank you very much. I am Laura Spandron from the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission. And we are very lucky to have, on his very last day as the director of the Department of the Environment, I think we should all give a huge round of applause to Jared Blumenfeld, who's celebrating tap water on his last day as the city's amazing environmental guru and czar. And there'll be big shoes to fill over the next couple of years, Jared. So I'm glad to be with you on your last day. As Jared said, we are the agency that brings you some of the highest quality tap water in America. It's in the High Sierras. It travels 167 miles via gravity straight to your tap. It's not filtered because it's so pure, and the granite in the High Sierras naturally filters it. And what we want to do is make it easier for people to drink tap water. I think people really do want to drink more tap water, but sometimes it's hard to get at it. And today we're announcing an amazing partnership with two groups that are going to make it easier for you to use this and not your plastic bottle filled with really expensive designer water that in many cases is not high quality water. Our water is higher quality than much of the bottled water that people buy. So we're excited to celebrate today's announcement with Tapit, who is working with businesses across San Francisco so that you can be walking down the street, shopping or eating, and walk into a business and fill up your bottle. We're also announcing a partnership with Global Tap, which has this amazing contraption right behind me that if we can put these all over San Francisco, then you'll again be walking down the street or even in your car and you'll see one and you can pop out and fill up this bottle and not drink bottled water. Because remember, it's not only much better for you to be drinking tap water, it's better for your pocketbook. Bottled water is 1,000 times more expensive than our tap water. We charge residents of San Francisco and the region, it's 1 penny per gallon of tap water. Think about that when you're buying a little 8-ounce bottled water for $1.50, okay? So it's much better for your pocketbook in these hard economic times, and it's much better for the environment to keep these plastic bottles out of the landfills. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you today, and please, we need to continue to spread the message to drink tap water and not drink bottled water. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura. Next up, we have Kathy Pickering from the Redevelopment Agency. This is a redevelopment site, one of the places that when I was the Rec and Park director for a while, I always talked about this is our best run park. There's maybe a reason it's our best run park. Rec and Park doesn't run it. No, that is the truth. Mary McHugh runs it and her team, but for Mary and her team, we would not be able to have put this in today. It would be probably 3-4 months from now that it would be just being unpacked. So these guys get the job done, and it's really one of the best examples in the city I can find of a public-private partnership that keeps this incredible space as beautiful as it is. So maybe both Kathy and Mary can come up to the podium, because Mary's dressed for TV today. She looks like she could be the weather lady.
Yes, and welcome. We're delighted to have you here today at Yerba Buena Gardens. We are very proud to be the first spot for this wonderful green initiative. We support the mayor's efforts and his very capable staff to bring this here. And Mary, of course, has been providing the most sustainable park in San Francisco since the day we opened. So, Mary, you want to say a couple words?
I just want to thank Jared, and we're sorry we're losing you, but I hear we're actually going to keep you, but in another location, and the Department of Environment for allowing us to partner with you on this project, and also all the staff at MJM for all their hard work and actually their excitement in doing this project. And we, as Kathy Pickering just said, have always been trying to be at the forefront of sustainable practices since 1993. So I hope everybody just comes down and has a drink.
Thank you. One of the reasons this is really the most water-themed park. Behind you have the Egyptian papyrus. To my right we have the Martin Luther King Memorial Fountain. So we thought, what more fitting place right between Moscone and downtown. Next up, we have Daniel Whitman from Global Tap. Mainly, there's a little bit of healthy competition between San Francisco and Chicago. So Chicago's got, all these green initiatives that Mayor Daley has, and Mayor Newsom and Mayor Daley always fighting. And so when we get a phone call from an entrepreneur in Chicago who wants to pilot his new invention in San Francisco, we were like, yes, of course we want to do it. We want to beat Chicago to the punch. So Daniel Whitman has been the brains, the cash, the innovation, the convener, and steadily but surely over the last year and a half, he's brought together this project, and he is the visionary that deserves the credit behind Global Tap. So it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you, and this is the first installation of its kind in the world. Daniel?
Thank you very much. Water is the bridge of life. We live in a world of separations from ourselves, in nature, with other species, with each other. Global Tap is all about creating a bridge where we could embrace our connections and reconnect with an element that is most essential and vital. Water is that element. Water is a substance which we all share and which can bring us back to that place to begin to live in harmony again with the earth. My motivation and inspiration to create Global Tap is to help to rebuild this bridge, to create a project where water is a right and not a privilege, where we can start to open up the floodgates again, where water can flow freely within our lives, within our bottles, and between each other. Global Tap is a water-centric and a people-centric system. It's about creating a system for people to access water in high-visibility public places, within cities, within parks, within plazas, transportation stations, concerts, campuses, in schools. Global Tap is committed to installing units throughout the world, not only in places where water is more available, but also in places where it is not readily available or clean. Today in San Francisco is the global launch of Global Tap, where will test our units starting here in beautiful Yerba Buena Gardens, with the intention to focus on a larger, more formal launch in the spring within the city. I'd like to thank the various people and corporations that have helped us to make this project possible. IDEO in Chicago, LK Manufacturing, PMI, Clariel Partners, and the Blue Planet Run Foundation, which has helped us to understand and develop our environmental and social mission. And I owe much gratitude, of course, to Jared Blumenfeld, to Jennifer Cass, and to Tony Winokur from the PUC, who understood the importance and the vision of Global Tap from the early stages and helped us to develop and co-create this project. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your consideration and support for Global Tap.
Excuse me. State your name again, just so I can have it on record.
Daniel H. Whitman from Global Tap in Chicago.
And spell your last name?
Whitman.
Okay, thank you.
And at the end, Daniel, we're going to have to get you to push this button, because that's why the only real reason the TV cameras came is not to hear us speak, but to hear. So I missed it. We have to be quicker. So last up, we have William Schwartz, also from somewhere else other than San Francisco, and we spent a lot of time in San Francisco thinking about the linkages between services that we have, like providing solar panels, and technology. So we created this great map called sfsolarmap.org. You can type in any address in San Francisco, and you can see your rooftop and find out the solar potential. We've got application now that you can find out through your iPhone, where you can recycle different things, from styrofoam peanuts to a mattress. So this is a really critical intersection between what people want and how they find it. And Tapit started in New York City, and today they're launching their really innovative product in San Francisco, and William's going to tell us about it.
Thank you. My name is William Schwartz, and I'm from Tapit Water. And Tapit was founded last year in New York City with the goal of providing clean, local, and sustainable water for people when they are on the go. And to achieve this, Tapit began signing up local businesses to serve as a community network of water refill stations. And these businesses pledge to serve water to those in the community who need it when they ask, regardless of if they are customers or not. And users of the network can access the nearest Tapit business location using their PC, mobile phone, the Tapit iPhone application, and the downloadable map available at tapitwater.com, or by looking for Tapit stickers in the windows of cafes and restaurants. And today, Tapit has over 250 refill locations in New York City. So wherever you are in the city, you pretty much are really close to a location that you can refill your water bottle. And we have more than 400 business locations in 10 states, and we're growing every day. Thousands of people are now using the network to get clean water when they're on the go without contributing to plastic waste that ends up in landfills. And Tapit is happy to have been able to work with the city of San Francisco, which has been very receptive to our program. And we're happy to bring the network to this area. And as of today, Tapit has built a network of over 80 businesses around San Francisco. And anybody in San Francisco can now use their own refillable water bottle, whether it's the Tapit bottle, the Global Tap bottle, or I love SF Tap Water bottle. And you're always close to a refill location. And by drinking local water, the San Francisco community can reduce their waste, reduce their carbon footprint, and save money while staying healthy. And we're glad to help. Thank you.
And last up, we have Tony Akala from Mix It Green. So often you want to fill up your water bottle. Now there'll be a Tapit logo on Mix It Greens, and you'll also be able to find it on your iPod or your PDA. But it takes a business to be able to say, you know what, we care about this issue enough to let people in, even if they're not buying salads from us today, we still want them to be able to get water from us for free any day. Tony?
Yes, hello. My name's Tony Alcala from Mixed Greens. Supporting really, companies that have a nice, progressive environmental mission that, exude the consciousness of the community are incredibly important. And so we've done that since day one. You can always go to a Mixed Greens location here in the city and get the great San Francisco tap water. So, really supporting a company like this here in San Francisco, one of the great cities to do that, is a real honor of ours, and we'll continue to do that for a long, long time.
Now the moment that you've all been waiting for. Daniel, you should do the honors. Come on, Daniel, move over.
Maybe we should interview Tap.
Maybe we can do that later. Right now, ready to do this. Jennifer, come on. Jennifer Cass has been so... Come on, Jennifer. You're way too shy.
Hey.
This has been your lifeblood. Where's Tony Winnick? I know he wants to push the button. Okay. Can we have a countdown? 1. Oh, no. That's not right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push. Water. There we go. Is it cold?
And delicious.
Cold and delicious.